Welcome back. I'm Nick Alessandrini with DETV Sports. A shift in the rankings across the board, and we display our first ever Delaware Live Sports Wrestling rankings today as well. But let's get started with some high school basketball. First, we'll take a look at the top 10 in boys. The Spartans from St. Mark's making an appearance at number 10 after being unranked last week. Apo falls to 9 from 7. Sally's able to move up a spot from number 9 to number 8 as they move to in-state play, still with a tough record of 2-6, but all 6 losses coming to out-of-state opponents. Tower Hill, they get a big win on Tuesday night over defending state champion Sanford, 59-56 in double overtime, and they move up to number 6. Sanford moves back 1 spot to number 7. Seaford, coming off that tough loss to Middletown on Saturday, they move down to number 5. Middletown, with that win, moves up to number 4. And undefeated William Penn, led by Gabe Valmon, come in at number 3. They are 6-0 so far on the season. Then rounding out the top of the rankings is number 2 Dover, who used an impressive second half to beat Smyrna 76-52 on Tuesday. And then your top-ranked Howard Wildcats, who took down number 9 Apo earlier this week, 60-44. So that's your boys' top 10. Now to the girls' basketball rankings now. Not much shifting, but a new face cracking in the rankings at number 10 this week, and that's the 5-0 Hillers from Tower Hill. Seaford and Charter both move up a spot from last week. Tattle remains at number 7. St. Elizabeth, after back-to-back tough losses for them, including one to Ursuline, they fall to number 6. Woodbridge, Ursuline, and Cape all move up 1 spot, and Caravel and Sanford remain the top 2 teams in the state in our girls' rankings. Now time to highlight a different sport as we progress into the winter season, and that is wrestling. We now debut our Delaware Live individual and team wrestling rankings, as you can see it on your screen. A few shakeups this week after a great weekend at the Del Castle Invitational. The Caravel Bucks took home the team title with a score of 330.5 points. DMA from Division II finished second with 242, and Sally's third with 201.5. Some big matchups shifted some of the rankings this week. In the upper weights, 2 DMA Seahawks made a splash. Hayden Money came in as the 6th seed and defeated the number 3, number 2, and number 1 seeds on his way to capturing the Del Castle Championship. His teammate, Tyler August, doing similar things at 220. August defeated the state's top wrestler at the time in the finals with a 14-4 major victory. And the Caravel Bucks, well, they had all 14 wrestlers placed in the top 6 and crowned 7 Del Castle champions. So that took us into Tuesday, where 2 of the top teams in the state met up for a duel at Caravel Academy. The Caravel Bucks, fresh off that Team Del Castle title, welcomed a shorthanded Sal squad to Bear, Delaware again on Tuesday. It was all Caravel early, but the match got started with a good one, a battle of number 1 versus number 2, Eddie Radke and Cam Davis. Radke locking it up first and going to get his 2 swipes, but then a little bit later on, Cam Davis finds a cradle of his own and able to get 2 back points there. Radke up 3-2 in the third when he's able to get the reversal. Cam Davis would get one as well, though, and that would do it. His top-ranked Eddie Radke was able to hold on 5-4 late in the third for that win over Cam Davis. Then at 120 pounds, Marcello Iannone took on the number 5-ranked wrestler from Salesianum, Colin Honecker, in a match that came down to the wire. Honecker was holding a 2-1 lead late in the match when Iannone is able to find a Peterson and take Honecker to his back, pulling out the victory with back points as the clock hits 0, a 3-2 win for Caravel's Iannone. The Bucks, defending state champs, all took care of businesses. Radke, Poor, Nick Hall, all with bonus points on the night for the Bucks. And for the Sows, the 2-time All-American and Beast finalist Max Agresti, he was able to earn bonus points as well with a tech over Brock Rhodes. The Bucks did get the victory over the Sows 54-17. Iannone was the wrestler of the match with the late win. Here's what he had to say.
I was holding on, waiting for that stalemate, and I saw them 15 seconds left, and I knew I had to do something, so I just kind of turned back and tried to get him on his back, and I mean, it was there, so.
Yeah. Should be an exciting wrestling season here in 21-22. But this weekend, a lot of the focus is going to be on the Birds. The Eagles, they finished the regular season with a record of 9-8 and earned themselves the number 7 seed in the playoffs and a date with the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers and, of course, Tom Brady. Eagles will try to avenge that 28-22 loss in the regular season, a little more on a stake this time around, and the Bucs will be without wide receivers Antonio Brown, who was cut last week after his on-field outburst against the Jets, and Delaware native Chris Godwin, who suffered a season-ending ACL tear back in Week 15. The Birds, big underdogs in Vegas, with the Bucs set as 8.5-point favorites for kickoff on Sunday, and you can catch that game at 1 o'clock on Fox.